Welcome, everyone, to Annapolis, Maryland, and the Naval Academy, where we're honored to watch some of the nation's finest square off on the gridiron. Today, a ranked versus ranked matchup as a couple of top 25 teams get set to go jaw to jaw. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 25th ranked team in the land, the Navy Midshipmen. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. Catches it inside his 20, chance to really gain some ground. And the returner will be dragged down. Offense lining up for a first down play. They'll go to the counter play. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him one.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Here comes the option. Now the toss. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. The pitch. And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front.
Man, this is a defense that prides themselves on stopping the run, and that is a huge statement on their opponent's opening drive of the game. 3rd and short, they don't just get a stop. They get a loss. That sends a very clear message that they're going to be the more physical side today.
They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, 4th down in their own end, and they're going for it. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the pick up a penalty like that. Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Title Town, some call it, a moniker that many claim, but this city lives thanks to the Alabama Crimson Tide. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. He'll call for the fair catch here. Offense getting set for first down. He'll start this drive firing. Got his man quickly. Still on his feet at the 45. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Man, this defense is reeling already. First play of the game, and you give up an explosive play in the passing game just like that. They better collect themselves and buckle up and get ready to go.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up, get some movement at the point of attack, and find a little crease for your running back.
Quickly complete. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
These guys are called matchup guys. They're not the biggest guys on the field, but they're going to win. Short, and they're going to catch the ball, and they're going to make yards after the catch. You can tell those are the type of guys in college football that are starting to get maximized and used a lot more than they were in the past.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And if I'm the running back, I'm going to be like, listen, O-line, can you give me something? Can you give me some space to try to make somebody miss and not have another guy right next to me? I'm giving the offensive line an earful. I need some holes, need some space up front. They got to do a better job.
Using the quick game. And they pick up just a few on that completion. These two rivals first played in 1893, but there was nearly a half-century, guys, when they didn't play each other because they got in a fight over, among other things, gate receipts.
Yeah, listen, I've been lucky enough to broadcast this game before, and I'll never forget being at Bryant-Denny Stadium and just feeling the energy. It was just completely different versus anything I'd ever seen in college football before. David, there's a different meaning to this game for both of these schools in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, and it's just different because I think being in the state, like fans are around each other all year long. Players are around each other all year long. You know, the Iron Bowl is a civil war of hate between each other all year long, and they get to settle it on a big stage every year.
A first down for the offense. Give to the running back. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Last time these two clashed in the Iron Bowl, it was the Tide winning a classic.
And the Tide have done a great job in recent history of owning Auburn, doing a great job of winning this series. But they respect them every single. They know they won last year, But every year there's a healthy level of respect for this Auburn Tiger team.
Yeah, and I think back to last year's game for Alabama, it was their best players making the big plays late in the game. And this game this year is littered with game changers on both sidelines. Both Auburn and Alabama have the guys that can break this game wide open. So we're going to see a great one here.
If you're going to play Bama tough, you're going to find out really early if you can handle the running game.
Yeah, they're going to check your chin. I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a steady diet of it. Even when they've had great quarterback play and spread the ball out, it's still a physical principle. They're going to make you stop the run. If you can't stop it, it could be a long game.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
And the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there. But as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Back to throw, it's Milroe. Grabs it in the middle. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Motion from the offense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Still running at the 35. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is most dangerous.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Going to the run, it's Miller.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wide receiver shows motion. Trying play action. Fires to the end zone. Pass on the way. It's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Never a good time for a turnover, but it always seems a little worse when you're about to knock on the door of the end zone.
No doubt about it. And it's this area of the field, Reese, where your execution really has to be great. Because down in the red zone, the windows to throw into it for a quarterback, they're smaller and they close a lot quicker. So you really have to be on the same page as your wide receiver. And that time, the offense and the QB simply were not.
Safe completion on the screen. Runs through the tackle. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. And now on 2nd down for this offense. White going to attack through the air. Snags it over the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Quick strike complete. At the 45 on his way. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him.
And they got him for the sack.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Pulls it in. It's Lewis. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Might be decision time if the defense can get a stop on third down from the 45. And that pass picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball in his body. That throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
Here comes that Alabama offense. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a Cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board. But you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
Bunch formation for these receivers. Quarterback checking off. Back to pass, it's Milroe. Dances away to buy time. Looking down the left side. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He wants to throw. Keeps looking downfield. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. Auburn ready to boot it deep to start the second half. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Not a lot of offense, in fact, no offense in terms of scoring there in the first half.
You got to give the defense credit on both sides. They've been physical. They've been making plays. So now, which of these offenses can break the tie? It's not going to be easy, but for this offense now taking the ball here first in the second half, they've got to get something going.
Finally giving the defense some credit. How did that feel coming out of your mouth? Did it hurt? Like, did you not like to say that? It sounded painful.
I just threw up in my mouth.
Here comes the offense on second down. Looking downfield, it's Milroe. On the run, still looking. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Moves around to clear up the vision. Makes the grab. It's Bernard. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust. First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, third quarter here, 2nd and 10. That's the kind of protection you dream about as he fires left. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
This is one of those plays where when the defensive backs come back to the huddle, they give you an earful. Is anybody going to get to the quarterback? Can anybody pressure him? I can't cover my guy for 4 hours.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking to pass. It's Milroe. Quarterback moving. Makes his connection. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down.
It's a really nice-looking throw. This dude is a weapon in this offense at the quarterback position. It's so funny, you know, I think back to guys like Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron, guys that may or may not have unfairly been tabbed as game managers. And then you think of Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Bryce Young in recent years, and just how dynamic and versatile these guys were at the position and how they really helped take this offense to the next level. Watching this guy reminds me a little bit.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Quick pass on the fly motion. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
And finally, somebody gets on the scoreboard. A first half of no points, 0-0. Now in the third quarter. Sometimes when you get that rhythm and that offense rolling, sometimes it's hard to stop. So let's see if this is a trend setter. Let's see if this starts the offensive momentum.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Cobb. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. In front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. To the air on first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot. They're not able to come away with the completion.
White wants to throw it. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
On third down, he drops to throw. Another. And that's going to be a safety. They prevented the touchdown by falling on it, but they'll give up the deuce. Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Today, a top 25 matchup on hand, two of college football's premier teams preparing to square off. As we'll see, the number 16 team in the country, the Boise State Broncos, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. On first down, here comes this offense. Looking to move it through the air. Takes a hit as he fires. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Out of the gun, the running back has it. At the 35, he's got room. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field, because this guy with his speed can kill you like he did on that outside run play there to the left.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Good job on defense getting a hand on it, tipping it up in the air. They weren't able to pick it off, but they do force the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Finds his man. It's Genty. Running toward the tape. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. The huge explosive play put him right on the doorstep, and now they've got to punch it in. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And this offense hoped to just run it in, and the defense was having none of it. No gain. Ball remains at the 2. Go straight ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Broncos!
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise. On the opening drive, nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. First down here for the offense. Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. He's out past the 35. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was
looking for a huge play. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. After ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 13. Pulled down after a pickup of 5. They'll mark it at the 8. Alabama quickly back to the line. The give is to Miller. Not much room. He gets one down to the 7.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Into the house. Touchdown time.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And he tacks on the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made. Boise State ready to send out that offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this.
The ball pops out. That is a serendipitous turn of events. With the fumble going out of bounds, they'll maintain possession. And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and they were lucky that that ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, they sure were. These ball carriers have got to know that this defense...
He's into the open down the middle. He's at the 30, the 10, and he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Boise State.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big
What's up, Hooper?
Touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
What's up with? I ain't playing that 2K shit right now.
14-7 lead. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lane, and they'll stop him at the 16. Time winding down in the quarters.
Just got on the game.
Okay, then.
Miller
From the gym.
and after the tackle, that will bring us
From the
to
gym,
end of the
okay.
first quarter.
Yeah, I got something for you.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. To the air, it's Milroe. A little screen to the running back. And more yards after contact.
About to get some more VC in rec for my guard.
Okay, then. For sure.
Much more really good execution by this offense.
Yeah, I might get on there for a little bit.
A new set of downs after the completion. Out of the gun to give to the back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Small game.
I promise you, you left it.
About to make a 6 franc for PG.
Oh, for sure.
Just drop back and pass. Make
Ready?
run game. You got to do a lot of this.
I'm gone, fuck nigga.
Soon.
Catch me if you can. Catch me if you can, boy. I tell you, I'm finna do it to your ass, too. Doing all that fucking dumbass shit. Learning this shit, nigga.
That's where the play starts. But
You
you
don't
don't get
let
big
this
games
shit
when
on
you run
me,
out
boy.
wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up.
I have 1 6'5", 200, but I'ma switch it up.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And you want to talk about game tackle.
Go back to playmaking.
To
Yeah.
the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn.
Yeah,
And they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Oh, that's a good tackle.
We was killing
That's a
right
good
low.
tackle.
As soon as he caught it,
Hey,
the defense
tackle,
was
boy.
right there. Coming to the line of
Ooh,
scrimmage
that's
at
a
the
good
30. It
tackle.
would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Got a man. It's Bernard. Alabama pushing the tempo. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Makes the catch past the sticks.
Good
Touchdown,
touch.
Crimson Tide.
I went insane dumbass play on your
End
man.
zone.
Promise you, man. You ain't gonna
And
score
the
no more.
passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And he made the extra point without problem. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense.
Ball in the air, intercepted!
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze.
What y'all gonna get you then? That fuck, nigga. I knew I was gonna get your little puss ass. I knew it.
They play defense, not this time. Great job securing the interception.
First down here for the offense. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To the air, it's Milroe. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the first half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Showing the arm strength to the left. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Oh, the attempt is no good. And here in the 3rd quarter, it is still a tie ball game. And the Broncos will kick it off to start the second half. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes that Alabama offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Just gets it to the 28, pick up a plot. Alabama quickly back to the line. On third down, going up top. Snagged in the middle, it's Miller. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. From the gun, running back on the move. At the 40, there he goes. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. They'll give it to him again. At the 45, on his way. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else. Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. Right back to the well. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He's going to pass. Setting up the screen. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Handoff from the shotgun. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Alabama! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
They'll try to add another to their lead. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. They go 83 yards on the drive, and it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Let's it fly. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. They're bringing heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls out.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they'll get through it and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics
Fuck nigga can't do that. Fuck nigga, you dead. You dead. Fuck nigga, you dead. Fuck nigga, you can't play this game. You can't play no goddamn college football. Okay, you sitting in the house. That's cool. I get me a 3-ball. I get me a 3-ball. Once I get me a 3-ball, your ass is dead. Nail to the cross. Nail to the cross, nigga. You little bitch ass. You little bitch ass. Thought you had you something, you little bitch ass, nigga. Huh? That what you thought, huh? That what you thought, huh? You thought you had you something, you little bitch ass, nigga. You playing with boys that stay, nigga. Nigga, you ain't nothing but a motherfucking ant to me, nigga. You an ant to me. What you thought you was gonna win? You had a chance to win? That's what you thought? You fine, nigga. Nigga, look at that goof. Look at that straight goof. It's over with. Quit. 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 Pussy nigga. Hey, that motherfucker. Get up out of there. Get him. Ooh, bitch. Ooh, bitch. 6-0. Ooh, bitch. Play with it. Play with it. I'm back, boy. I'm head hunting. I probably God, I'm head hunting. I don't know what little cuz got going on. He ain't head hunting. I'm about this bitch head hunting. I promise you. I don't know what he got going on. Man, I'm about this bitch head. Ooh, you got 100. Man, I'm finna try tier 5. I'm finna beat up on the tier 5. Fuck niggas up through there tonight, boy. Really. Yeah, man. Just told you that, man. Nigga, I ain't stand for these niggas, man. Nigga bringing up the pressure to these niggas' eyes.
Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia, the Flats, Bobby Dodd Stadium, home of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and the Ramblin' Wreck, hoping to rev up that engine. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team from the ACC, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. And the Yellow Jackets will put total leather to crank us up. From inside the 20, chance for great field position. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Here comes the offense on first down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the right. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Looking to throw, it's Milroe. Working that left side now.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Makes a grab enough for the first. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Shakes off the defender. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Gets it out quickly. Got room at the 35. Hit the afterburners, kid. Touchdown Tide. Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
And the extra point is good. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Offense set on first down. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. He'll pull it down and run. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. Looking to throw, it's King. They're trying to get to it. He makes the connection. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Offense breaks the huddle. It's third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly to the tight end. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. Running for it on 4th down. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a 1st down.
Well, they're setting the tone early in this game. 4th down in their own end. They go for it on the ground and they pick it up.
They want to set the tone. They want to establish that they think their offense is unstoppable and that they're willing to do anything to keep the football.
You're exactly right, Reese. They are sending a very clear message to this defense. We're going to run the football. We don't care what you do, but you are not going to stop us.
The Yellow Jackets in the hurry up. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag down on the play. Let's see what that's about. So he just lost track of where the line of scrimmage was. The illegal forward pass will wave off the play. Penalty will be accepted. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He's going to take off.
You just feel like throughout the course of this game, this guy's just going to have to make plays like this, right? Things aren't always going to be perfect, and protection's not going to be ideal. You're going to have to play with some effort, make some scrambles, make some things happen when plays break down, and at least try to put your offense in good positions. Wasn't able to get the 1st down there, but now he makes this decision a little more interesting here on 4th.
And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
And I tell you what, I can justify when it's really short, but when it's 4th and medium on your side of the territory, man, that success rate continues to plummet down, and now they've just set this offense up in really good position.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. To the 15. And he's running in the open. A gargantuan play by this offense, and the defense reeling as we come to the end of the 1st quarter.
7, Georgia Tech, 0.
They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Looking for a man. It's Milroe. He makes a grab. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to pound it in. And this one will be stopped for no gain. You can't afford to squander these opportunities once you get into the red zone. Twice they've been denied. Here's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. They're lining up to boot it away.
Set to kick this one away.
Going for the return. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude,
fires into traffic, picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in this
Pussy nigga, quit.
Zone, a lot of bad things can happen.
Quit.
You want
Pussy
to
nigga,
get a few
quit.
first downs, get some space. So if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is
Pussy
the
nigga,
exact
quit.
opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking for room. It's Haynes. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And how about the time timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go fill it.
Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Pressure coming. Catch in the middle, it's Henderson. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. It's complete to the right. Touchdown, Alabama! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They'll try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Where you need
He'll
to
bring it out. It's Haynes. Stopped at the 26, brought it out in the end zone, picked up an extra yard. Split backs here. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Blasted as he lets it go. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
The incompletion brings up a 2nd down. Wide out in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Still on his feet at the 40. Open runway ahead. He's at the 20. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this 2nd half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He makes his way into the end zone for the 2, and now they trail by just 13. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
We're only in the 1st half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the 2nd quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense can do. You've got to make them pay for gambling.
Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the 1st down.
Now on 2nd down and short. The jet sweep pass. Across the 25. Can anyone catch him? Touchdown, Bama! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. Ready to try the point after. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Georgia Tech, 8.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Haynes. Now, I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum.
He lofts one down the sideline. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. Wants to throw. It's King. He'll take another shot here. Fires and picked off. Taking it the other way. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Plows through the defense. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And that play is essentially like a jet sweep, right? This offense is going to run the football conventionally. They'll do it between the tackles. They'll do it outside. But there's a lot of different creative ways they can get their playmakers the football in the running game. And I think that was an example of what you saw.
Got enough space. Touchdown tie. And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not 1, not 2, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
And he doinks it off the left upright. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. Just one of those mistakes that can't happen as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The offense set for a first down play. He wants to start this drive with a pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. The give is to Miller. Powers through the defender.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Quarterback will audible. To the air, it's Milroe. Coming after him. Escapes the sack. That internal clock just didn't move fast enough, and they get him for a safety. So after that safety, they'll kick it away from their own 20.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and because of the pressure, the defense gets pressure on him immediately so quickly that he makes a bad decision, tries to throw it into double coverage. Really nice job pressuring the quarterback up front.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And they make the play to stop the scoring opportunity just before the end of the half.
He's just Johnny on the spot. That now his 2nd interception of the game, doing a great job reading the quarterback's eyes, and he's just been in the right place at the right time making plays.
They'll throw it on first down. Using his legs to buy some time. He'll pull it down. Turns it on in midfield. Obliterates him, still on the move. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer.
Bro, can you quit, bro?
Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. Out of the end zone. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like this offense, when I'm...
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. And the Yellow Jackets moving quickly to the line.
And that's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Well, the quarterback on that one put a lot of air under the ball. The problem is it gave the defender time to get his head around and locate it. And because of that, he was able to come away with the interception.
Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
He wouldn't have been the only All-American in this league, Dave, if I were allowed to have push passes playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Trying to bully their way in. And he's knocked down. The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And the punishment has been extended.
And, man, that stings. If you're a defense, you get all the way to a 4th down situation and held them so many times, and, man, they punch it in late, especially with the physicality.
Bro, you might as well just quit, bro.
Physicality, and they pounded them, ran the football with all the big guys in the game.
I know you want to see him get your ass kicked, bro.
Lining up to cover the kick after that.
You're getting your ass kicked right now. 41-10.
From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out.
Oh, you're not even stolen.
But sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Looking for a productive play on 1st down.
I'm sending the blitz right here, bro.
Gonna run it. It's Haynes. Across the 25.
Let's make a tackle.
Now they've got
Yeah, hurry it up.
They're out to the 28 with a 1st down. Here's this offense with a
Hurry it up. Hurry it up.
Well, give it to him again. Nowhere to run on that.
Hurry it up again.
4 on the carry.
That's what I like to see.
Blocked on that last one. Now it's
That's what I like to
2nd
see.
and 14. To
That's
the
what I like
air.
to see.
It's Kane.
That's a, oh, bro, that's supposed to be
And this
good.
is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Lost one deep down the right side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an
But this dude
explosive
fucking
play
sucks.
right there for the taking,
My
but couldn't
career.
reel it in. On 4th down, looking to pass. He's not afraid to go deep. And he throws another interception. Trying to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
It's so easy to be up here in the booth and say, you should have put more zip on that. Sometimes you got to use the lob wedge. That time, you probably should have used the driver.
Motion from the offense. Quick pass on the jet motion. Runs through a tackle. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
This pass, and I can run it up the gut, or I can throw it, and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you can tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Off the play fake on first down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Big first down sack for the defense. Brings up second down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Fires to the right. He makes a catch.
I tried to jump
They'll
over.
mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score now about 41, Georgia Tech 10.
Bro, can you please
First down
quit,
to
bro?
start the
Like,
drive after the
dang.
break.
Making me play the whole damn game.
The gear.
What?
Tick, 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 tick.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now it's the whole play looks over, and the defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Jump the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This offense has a second down play. Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. Alabama pushing the tempo. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Little touch pass to the receiver. Touchdown, Alabama! And the beatdown has ensued.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense obviously just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Haynes. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not.
Oh, he broke that.
All kinds of running room. Inside the 10. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown. But
Look at this shit right here.
way too late. They still do count it for 6.
And you gonna go for 2?
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. Looking for a man. It's Kane.
Oh, bro, how the fuck? That's not a
That was
pick.
so close to a turnover in the end zone. The defense.
Look at this
almost
nigga
with the
beard.
huge play. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Here comes that Alabama offense. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
Dialing up a second down pass play. Quarterback adapting. Got out of trouble and throws. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Now facing a 3rd and long. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward. Let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job.
Yeah, right over there, bro. You go catch him. You go catch him.
Oh, look out. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their total.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas. Keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns, and you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the game. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Play the analytics here, you go for 2.
Jet touch pass
Wide
right here,
receiver
bro.
coming across in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's got the 2-point conversion, and they build on that lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Georgia Tech, 16.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be enough.
Fires one high and deep. And the ball is picked off.
Oh, it's about a Dion. It's about a Dion. It's about a Dion. It's about a Dion. Oh, it's about a Dion.
And after the interception, he brings it back and gets it inside the 35.
Jet touch pass to the right, bro.
Field eager to go back to work.
To the right, to the right.
Quarterback
Everybody
pass to the
swinging.
receiver. That's what you expect.
To the left, to the
Receiver.
left.
Give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Everybody
Moving
swinging.
quickly, trying to
To the
round the
left.
knee. Quarterback changing the plays at the line.
To the left, to the left.
Dropping back, it's Milrow. They get to him as he throws. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Bama! And the
That man
run
got
is
8.
on.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point?
Even that 7-0. 7-0. That's 62. Three more. I'm waiting for him to text me.
Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Today, two teams collide in an old-fashioned SEC showdown. As we'll see, the Oklahoma Sooners taking on the 15th-ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. Coming out with it, it's Bowman. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out in the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. Line gets set, first down. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. A long way to go for this offense. Back to throw, it's Arnold. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers. The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. He leaves it with his back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Backed up in their own end, a quick hitter might work. Makes the catch, it's Burks. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the league.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
Looking to throw on second down. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Well, you see the offense trying to hook up on that in route, but the receiver just not able to create enough separation to complete that throw.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete.
3rd and long situation, they try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
And the Sooners will bring the punt team onto the field. Looks as if they might have a little something going on that drive, but they'll have to kick it. First down for this offense. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Picked off.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
From the shotgun, the inside give. Still running at the 40. He's off to the races. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. From the gun, the ground game. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10.
Really good-looking run. You know, you think about the legacy Alabama has in the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here,
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. Alabama quickly back to the line. Running back searching for a hole. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. At the 40, there he goes. He goes out of bounds after a huge pickup, and he's still short of the line to gain. It'll be 4th down.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Oklahoma 7, Alabama 0.
This is an area of the field where it's really advantageous to just go for it. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Quickly complete. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
And this offense... Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed. Now, early in the game, a chance to create momentum, to swing back to the other side of the football field.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Movement here from the tight end. They'll go to the ground. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Yeah, the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They tried to run the counter, but absolutely nothing doing.
And those counter plays take a little longer to develop. Sometimes you're usually pulling 1 or 2 guys, and that penetration in the backfield can kill you, can get to the running back before he gets started.
Looking to throw, it's Arnold. Going to throw it to the right. He's got his man. The Sooners will line it up on 1st and 10.
This is exactly why 3rd down is practiced every single day. 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. It's money down for a reason. You got to lock in. Great success by the offense so far on 3rd down.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. They've got the screen set up. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down. The Sooners racing to the line in a hurry-up. He wants to throw it again. Now improvising. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. It has been said that the other team's quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard. And he did.
And often is good too. The most you can get to him, but great job by the defense, rushing the quarterback, understanding pass, and getting the big fella on the ground.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Right down the middle. Got it! Touchdown Sooners! And once he got loose, it was all over.
And really nice job seeing the middle of the field, seeing I can go deep and attack the middle of the field. And you can tell he runs a post, ball's right on him, catches the football, and then gets to gallop right into the end zone for a touchdown.
They want to get the ball right back here in the 1st half. They've got the lead and going for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the 2nd quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Getting late here in the 1st half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the 2nd half. Because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. Afterburners coming. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown time!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Oh, he's going to take a chance. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the 2nd half.
Scanning the field, it's Arnold. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Burks. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. quickly complete.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And the Sooners will have it 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. He wants to throw. He's going to let it go. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass it complete.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. To throw, it's Arnold. Looking down the middle. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Looking to the big tight end. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
Yeah, that is a big-time drop right there. 4th down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the 1st down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe in you.
Quarterback checking the play. Looking to go up top on 1st down. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And that's how we'll run out the 1st half.
That's the end of the 1st half. With the score, Oklahoma 14, Alabama 7.
All teed up and ready to go here in the 2nd half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They start this 3rd quarter 1-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the 1st half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
That's That's a really good job on the defense, reacting to what they see. They see the quarterback flip it forward on the touch pass. Now got to go get it, right? Corral that football. He picked up some yards, yeah, but he didn't give up that big explosive play, and now you have to make him earn it now on the next down.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down.
Hey, give the defense a lot of credit on that one. 3rd and about 5. Offense going RPO, so they're really putting you in a bind, but everybody doing a nice job reading their keys, and they're able to stop the back short of the first down marker. Big decision coming up here for the offense.
And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? They'll try it on the ground. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
Well, how's that for being aggressive? Early in the game, 4th down, in your own territory, and you go for it. And then your offense is able to come up with the big play, generate a ton of momentum, and stay on the field. That is impressive.
Touch pass on the right. Smashes through. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Alabama pushing the tempo. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Dropping back, it's Milrow. Makes the grab down the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, you get the incompletion there on 3rd down. You've still got a half of football basically to play. Do you trust your defense down 1 possession to get it back to give you a shot? If you don't, then you've got to stay out there and you've got to go for this, and you've got to dial up your best play to stay on the field.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Going downfield for the big play. Wide open, he makes the catch. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And after a very short pickup on that run, we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter.
Oklahoma 14, Alabama 7.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They're going to give him another chance on 2nd and goal. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. They marched 78 yards down the field, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute with some points on the board.
And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. The Sooners headed quickly to the line. Back to pass, it's Arnold. Just a short pass to the tight end. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going to go for it on fourth down. Try to get it on the ground. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. The Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Probably the only people upset about going for it on fourth down, the punters, who don't seem to see the field as much as they used to.
Now when you've got a running back like that, he just has like a sixth sense. He always seems like he can just find the crease, especially in these short yardage situations. He comes up with a huge play there on fourth down.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. At the 35, he's loose. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. The offense lining up for a first down play. The give out of the gun. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains. And when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. From the gun, the running back looking for room. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. A field goal attempt from here would be 54 yards. They'd love to pick up a few on third down. Looking downfield, it's Arnold. It's complete to the left. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Maybe can be a little more aggressive here after the offsides penalty. It's 1st and 5. Here's the handoff. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves into position to win.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. Trying to get to it. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W. Here
comes that Alabama offense. There's enough time to get the ball down the field here, David, but you've got to make sure you're efficient and avoid mistakes.
Yeah, those 2-minute drills, you always talk about the first down. Just get that first down, stop the clock, get some momentum going on offense.
Yeah, and good decision-making by the quarterback, too, right? You don't have to be greedy in this situation. Just take what the defense gives you and get yourself in position to win.
Clock stops momentarily. Dropping back, it's Milroe. Throws to the wideout. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. The defense was looking for a huge play in this tie game, and they have just given their team a great opportunity.
I think, Reese, at this point of the game, tied late, it's going to come down to who can make the most plays. The defense comes up with a massive play, creating that turnover. Outstanding job by the D. All 11 guys being on the same page, now putting their offense in great position.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Caught near the sideline, it's Burks. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out in the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football, let him make plays.
He's going to pass on second down. Forced out of the pocket. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment. What they would give to help their kicker out with a few yards on third down. From here, it would be a 55-yarder. Looking to throw for it. Throwing right. It's complete. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
And the Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. The run from the shotgun. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
And that is exactly what you want from this offense. Take almost all the clock, execute, and now go out and take a lead by a touchdown. Great, flawless execution by this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. It's a fake. Holder looking to throw. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. They'll try to pin them back with this kickoff and then have the defense put the finishing touches on a win. From inside his own 15, looking for room. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will end. Sometimes it's just not your day. Things just didn't work, and that seemed to be the case.